So I've never really had an employer come up to my face and be like, I'm not going to hire you because you're a foreign law graduate. That has never happened to me. In Canada, people are just generally nice to your face. They won't tell you what's wrong with you. They won't tell you if you didn't get hired because of your law degree. So you kind of just have to sense it, and you kind of just figure it out once when it happens to you over and over again. So I mean, I don't have a set answer to this question. My answer would just be it depends. There are a lot of certain things that you have to consider when I talk about, what is the employer's attitude towards foreign law graduates, because the employer is also going to look at a lot of other things other than just your law degree. So I have experienced certain things that I would like to share. So if you're interested, keep watching. Is that like bigger Bay Street firms usually have a set criteria when they hire law students, specifically in Toronto. I'm not sure how it is in other jurisdictions. I've only lived in Toronto, so I'm only speaking for my experience in Toronto. So a lot of bigger Bay Street firms usually hire Canadian law school graduates. And again, it's not that you can't get in. I have seen a lot. I have seen some friends who have gotten into bigger firms, but usually their criteria is mostly they will hire students from Canadian law schools as summer law students. So in Canada, if you are a law student, you will have an internship in the summer. So what they do is they hire those summer students from Canadian law schools, and then they would offer the same students an articling position or something of that sort. So it's a little bit difficult if you're a foreign law graduate to get into these bigger firms. Not saying that you can't, but I have seen very less number of foreign law graduates making into Bay Street firms. So uh, that's something that you want to maybe keep that in your mind, because it's hard to get in unless and until you have like some experience that is really beneficial to them. So for instance, when it comes to international business law, if you have like great experience, or if you have good contacts and you can bring a lot of clients, maybe yes. But overall, generally, like, you don't really, it's a little bit harder. The second thing that I've noticed is that people won't say this to your face. Sometimes you just get an idea in terms of, if you get an interview and then you meet an employer, and when you're talking, you will hear certain things in the way that they talk, certain points that they bring up, that they're not too comfortable hiring a foreign law graduate. But that doesn't mean that you can't change their perspective. If you have the skills necessary and if you feel like you will be a good fit, there's a chance that you can convince them otherwise. But it's still a lot more effort on our part, especially if you don't have a lot of North American experience, for instance, from the United States or the United Kingdom. If you don't have these experience, it's a little bit harder to convince an employer that you still have those skills. Now, for me, I never worked as a lawyer before, so the only work experience that I had was in Canada, so it was a little bit different for me. But overall, your experience can be considered by employers here if you're just able to convince them and present your experience in a way where it feels like how will they benefit from you. So any job interview that you have, it's not about you sell. I mean, you have to sell yourself, correct? But then at the end of the day, how will the employer benefit from you? Why should an employer pay you? So if you position yourself, anything that you're saying, for instance, you have a lot of businesses all around the world. So maybe you want to position yourself by saying that, because of my contacts in different countries, your firm will benefit in getting new clients, new projects, and you will be able to work with people from all around the world, which is really good considering the economy at the moment. Something like that. I don't know. I just made that up. Last thing that I've noticed when it comes to foreign law graduates is that some employers actually don't have any set standards. It just depends on the person. So it doesn't really matter. And I've seen that in a lot of different employers, that they don't really care about where your law degree is from, as long as they see a personality on your resume. They see something that is that stands out to them. And once you get an interview, when you talk to the people, or when you're having a conversation, if you're able to just connect the with the person that you're talking to, they won't really care, you know, as much about where your degree's from. When I was a student, I used to think that, oh my God, employers only look at your degrees. Well, like I said, some employers do, a lot don't. And, that's a good thing, because it is your chance to actually prove and just show your personality in terms of what kind of a person you are. So, most of the interviews that I've had in the past, I got those positions because, not because I had a certain degree, but mainly because I was able to connect well with the person I was talking to. Like, we had a good connection. We just talked and laughed, and that's pretty much it. So I do get this question about, if I'm a foreign graduate, like, will I ever be able to land a job here, or what is the employer going to think about my work experience? I can't say yes or no. Some employers will consider your work experience, some employers won't. So I won't just say that it's all of your work experience will be considered here. I don't think that's the case. Some employers will just straight up don't care. Will not. They will look at your resume and be like, oh, because you have a law degree from a different jurisdiction, they don't want you, and that's fine. That happens, but a lot of other times people do consider you, and I think that the ratio is more. I've had a lot of positive outcomes, even though I have a foreign law degree. But again, I did a lot of other things as well, which stood out on my resume. So that's something that you should keep in mind as well. I hope that this was helpful. If you liked it, please let me know what other types of videos you'd like to watch. I'm running out of ideas in terms of what I should record, or what are some of the questions that you have. Please let me know in the comment section below what are some of the things that you'd like me to talk about. Are you interested in watching like a day in my life working as a first year associate, or would you rather watch something more informational videos where I just share my experiences, or I don't know. So yeah, just please share that with me, and I hope that you have a great day.